Today, I'm going to tell you how to reduce your debt quickly and while implementing the Profit First system. Hey guys, Abby Johnson here with Matterhorn Business Development. We are a certified Profit First firm, and today I want to talk about how to reduce debt while implementing Profit First. Now, if you aren't familiar with Profit First, you can check out the link up here and down below to check out our past Profit First videos. But even if you aren't using Profit First or know the Profit First system, I think you could learn a couple things from this video. Stay tuned to the end because I'm actually sharing a spreadsheet with you that's really awesome, and I didn't even make it. So an objection that I sometimes hear from people regarding Profit First is, how can I be setting aside for profit when I'm in debt? So if you have business debt, a checking line of credit, a business credit card, maybe you have a loan for a new building or equipment or something like that, you want to be focusing on reducing that debt, obviously, but you want to also be rewarding yourself and setting money aside for the profit account. And at first glance at the Profit First accounts, it might appear that there isn't really planning for debt reduction, but there actually is. So the way it works in Profit First, if you don't know, is that at the end of each quarter, you're going to look at your specific profit account that you've been setting aside money into. And let's just use an example of you now have $500 in that profit account at the end of the quarter. So you take half of that $500, so $250, and normally you would take that as a profit distribution to yourself. You would take that $250, go to the spa, go buy a new Apple product, go reward yourself with something, right? But let's say you have business debt, like I referred to just a minute ago. What you do with that $250 is you actually take 90 to 95% of it. So let's just say $240, and you chuck it towards that debt. Now, yes, unfortunately, that only leaves $10 for you. But you know what? Go buy yourself a pint of ice cream, maybe a cheap bottle of champagne. I don't know. Go take that $10, still reward yourself. It may be small, but I'm going to tell you, it still feels good. You still are getting something you wouldn't have gotten, and it does feel like a reward for you as the owner. Now, you take that $240 I just talked about and you throw it at your debt. So now every quarter, you're taking a chunk down out of that debt. Of course, you're going to be making your minimum payments during the normal months, but then every quarter you're getting this big punch towards your debt. Okay, so now I want to talk about how to arrange your debt in a way where you can be paying it down faster, or at least in a way that you feel like you're paying it down faster. Now, this method is called the Snowball Method. It's referred to in the book Profit First. I believe it actually comes from Dave Ramsey. I don't follow Dave Ramsey's stuff, so I don't really know, but I do really like this method, especially if you just feel like you're stuck and not making progress in paying down your debt. This obviously is something that can also apply to personal debt. So I'm going to give you a basic example. These are just simple made up numbers. They might not be totally accurate on the minimum payments, but just bear with me. So what you want to do is take your list of your debts and put the smallest debt at the top and build up to your largest debt. So let's say for this example, you've got $300, then $2,500, then $4,000, then $5,000, then $7,500. I'm just making a big list so that you can really see how this method works. Now you want to put, or during the same time, you want to put your minimum payments for those debts because you're going to continue making those minimum payments. So let's say the minimum payments are $25, $75, $150, $200, $300. So now that you have this written out, the snowball effect is you start with your smallest debt first. In this case, that would be the $300 debt. So maybe that has the highest interest rate. I don't know. But the idea here is you're going to be focusing on getting rid of more the amount, the number of cards or open debts you have rather than just the dollar amount. So in this case, you have 5 debts and you're going to just try to tick one off at a time rather than just trying to pay down the largest one first. And the idea here is that you feel a little bit better. It's a mindset thing of like, wow, I only have 4 cards to pay now instead of 5, or I only have 3 debts to pay now instead of 5. And it's more of just a mental thing of like getting that win and paying off that card. So what you're going to do to actually do this is you keep making your minimum payments like I said before. And once your $300 debt is paid off, you actually take that $25 you were paying towards it and add it to the next debt's minimum payment. So the next debt was $2,500 with a minimum payment of $75, but now you're actually going to be doing a minimum payment of $100. So now you're focusing on the next lowest debt, and this is where the snowball starts to happen. Then once that debt's paid off, you're going to add that $100 that you've been paying towards that debt to the next one. So that would be, you're now paying $250 towards your $4,000 debt instead of just $150. So essentially you're paying about $750 a month in minimum payments. And even though you've paid off one of those debts, you're still always going to be paying the $750 a month in minimum payments. You're just now applying it to other debts. So again, this is more of a mental thing. It might not be, you might be paying a little more in interest to do this, but I know a lot of people who just feel better mentally and feel like they've gotten a win in paying off their debt when they reduce the actual amount of cards or credit lines or whatever they're paying on. Now, I want to share with you a really cool tool that I wish I could take credit for making, but I did not make. But this is actually a spreadsheet that I'm going to link to below. It's from a website called vertex42.com. I have no idea what they do, but I believe I found this spreadsheet from another YouTube video talking about reducing debt. And what's really cool about this spreadsheet is you can put in all of your debt, put in your interest rates, put in your minimum payments, how much you're paying towards those, and you can run different scenarios to see the best and most efficient way to pay off your debt. So you can see, okay, what happens if I use the snowball method and I start with the lowest card amount first, and it will tell you how long it's going to take you to pay it off and how much interest you're going to be paying in that process. But you can also run different scenarios. You can run, okay, what if I start with the highest interest rate first? I know for me personally, I'm more worried about paying that extra interest, and that's where I like to focus my debt reduction. So you can run those scenarios and see which is better for you. I know for me, I ran the snowball effect against the if I paid for the highest interest first, and it really was only like a $30 to $50 difference in interest. So if you don't care about that $30 or $50 and you feel like you would mentally feel better doing the snowball effect, then go for it. You can also specifically number certain debts. So you can say, I specifically want to pay off this checking line because of XYZ, whatever I want to get out of that bank, whatever it is. You can say, this is the specific order I want to pay these things off in, and it will tell you how long it will take, how much interest you're going to be paying. So this is super awesome, and of course can be used for your personal finances, and I will link that below for you. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If you have any questions or any tips that you want to share in your debt reduction journey, please comment below. Make sure you hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm trying to do more and more profit first videos, so leave your questions down below and I can answer them in a video. And have a good day. I'll see you next time.